Recently, the United States officially released an Indo-Pacific strategy report aimed at containing China. The report declared that the United States will invest more power in the Indo-Pacific region in the future to contain China's influence. In this report, China is mentioned 13 times in total, and it is the country with the highest appearance rate, which in disguise confirms the essence of the U.S. Indo-Pacific strategy targeting China. According to the U.S. strategic plan, the U.S. will continue to win over its Asia-Pacific allies and partners and help them enhance their military power to counter China. From the Asia-Pacific strategy to the Indo-Pacific strategy, the strategic focus of the United States in recent decades has always been inclined to contain China's development and increase its influence in the Asian region. As early as the Obama administration, the United States proposed returning to the Asia-Pacific strategy shows the great ambition of the United States. No matter how the name is changed, the core content is to contain the rise of China. But has the US contained China? No. Not before Obama, and not after Obama. Today, China's economy, military, technology, and even international influence are approaching the United States at an unstoppable speed. In fact, the U.S. strategy of containing and suppressing China is essentially an important part of its global strategy of maintaining unipolar hegemony. Since the disintegration of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War, the United States has held high the banner of democracy, human rights, and supported by its strong military and economic strength, has embarked on a strategic expansion of globalization. The U.S. House Armed Services Committee held a hearing on U.S. national security challenges and U.S. military activities in the Indo-Pacific region on the 9th. The Pentagon's Assistant Secretary of Defense for Indo-Pacific Security Affairs Ratner, U.S. Indo-Pacific Commander Aquilino, and U.S. Forces Korea Commander La Carmela attended the testimony. The Taiwan issue was the hot topic of the 2.5-hour hearing. The Ukrainian war made people in Taiwan panic, and the United States took the opportunity to rush over to win the popular supports of the people. In just a few days, two groups of American politicians visited Taiwan one after another, and they were warmly received by Tsai Ing-wen. It even awarded a medal to former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who was on the China sanctions blacklist. It is an undeniable historical fact that Taiwan belongs to China. In recent years, with the backing of the United States, the DPP authorities have begun to get carried away and continue to provoke the bottom line of the mainland. Even now, there are still some people on the island who dream that the United States will send troops to help Taiwan once a war begins in the Taiwan Strait. After the outbreak of the Russian-Ukrainian war, the voice of the United States about returning to Europe resounded again, and the voice became louder and louder. For a while, the United States was at a deadlock on the question of returning to Europe or returning to Asia-Pacific. For decades, China has firmly adhered to the path of peaceful development in words and deeds. But whenever there is trouble in the world, Americans will always play up the China threat whenever they have an opportunity, and play up that China will undermine regional stability. This not only reflects the prejudice of some U.S. politicians against China, but also profoundly reflects the strategic fear of the U.S.